The truth is, most people are breakable because they have built their identity on things they can lose. They build their confidence on approval, on relationships, on validation, on attention, on being liked, and on everything outside of their control. And when life inevitably shakes those external things, they collapse, they panic, they crumble. They become emotional slaves to situations and people. But unshakable people, truly unshakable people, build their identity on something internal, something that cannot be taken from them. And the mindset that makes you unshakable is not about becoming cold, numb, egoistic, or detached from the world. It is about becoming anchored in principles, anchored in self-control, anchored in values that don't change with moods, with circumstances, or with other people's behavior. When you build that foundation, your emotional landscape changes. The world stops shaking you because the world no longer determines your center. This mindset begins with this fundamental truth. You do not control what happens, but you control what it means. You cannot control whether someone leaves you. You cannot control whether a friend betrays your trust. You cannot control whether life throws hardship, heartbreak, loss, or disappointment at you. You cannot control who values you or undervalues you. But you are in 100% control of how you interpret it, how you respond to it, and whether you allow it to define you. This is the essence of being unshakable, moving from automatic emotional reactions to deliberate internal responses. You rise above the chaos by refusing to let your inner world depend on the outer world. People will still disappoint you. Life will still hit you. But your internal frame stays solid. You experience emotions, but you do not drown in them. You feel setbacks, but you do not let them blind you. You acknowledge pain, but you do not surrender to it. Most people fall apart because they expect life to be comfortable. They think stability is something handed to them. But unshakable people understand that stability is something you build. You build it by learning to be okay with discomfort, with uncertainty, with rejection, with silence, with solitude. You learn to be okay being misunderstood. You learn to be okay with people not seeing your value right away. You learn to keep moving even when no one applauds. You learn to keep pushing even when no one believes in you. And that ability to move forward without external support is what makes you powerful. Most people need approval before they act. They need reassurance before they commit. They need to feel motivated before they start. But unshakable people act from discipline, not emotion. They do what they must, not what they feel like. And that alone separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. Another key part of the unshakable mindset is this. Your self-worth must come from who you decide to be, not who others allow you to be. If someone doesn't choose you, it doesn't mean you're unworthy. If someone disrespects you, it doesn't mean you deserve disrespect. If someone plays games with your emotions, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means they are not aligned with the identity you want to embody. When you truly understand this, you stop chasing, you stop begging. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't want to understand. You simply align yourself with people and situations that reflect your standards. And that shift from seeking validation to asserting internal standards is one of the strongest transformations a human being can go through. Because once you stop needing people, people start respecting you instinctively. Once you stop caring about their approval, you gain a calm, grounded presence that others feel. People gravitate toward those who are internally anchored, not externally dependent. To become unshakable, you must stop negotiating your peace. Anytime you let someone steal your peace, you're handing them your power. Anytime you let someone decide how you feel, you're choosing to be controlled. People will test you, not because they want to break you, but because they want to see what you're made of. Life will challenge you, not because it hates you, but because it wants to strengthen you. Every setback is a lesson in emotional self-control. Every heartbreak is a lesson in detachment and self-respect. Every disappointment is a lesson in expectations. You become unshakable by learning, not by running away. You build resilience by facing reality, not avoiding it. The more you avoid pain, the more fragile you become. The more you confront it, the more powerful you become. Over time, you develop a mindset that doesn't crumble when things go wrong, because your identity no longer depends on everything being right. What makes you unshakable is not perfection, but self-mastery. Self-mastery is the ability to calm your thoughts when your mind is screaming. It's the ability to keep your dignity when someone tries to provoke you. It's the ability to remain silent when anger tells you to react. It's the ability to walk away when your ego wants to stay and win. And perhaps most importantly, it's the ability to choose long-term peace over short-term emotion. Most people destroy themselves because they sacrifice long-term peace for temporary satisfaction. They chase people who don't want them. They argue in situations that don't deserve their energy. They stay where they are disrespected. They respond impulsively. They choose ego over wisdom. But unshakable people choose the opposite. They act with intention, and intention requires self-awareness. You cannot be unshakable without knowing yourself deeply, your weaknesses, your triggers, your emotional patterns. Self-awareness is non-negotiable. To develop this mindset, you must embrace stillness, not the absence of movement, but the presence of clarity. Stillness means stepping back from emotional chaos and asking yourself, what's the wise action here? What is within my control? What truly matters? Stillness allows you to think clearly where others panic. Stillness gives you the space to respond instead of react. Stillness gives you psychological distance from the noise. And with this distance, you gain strength. When you observe yourself instead of being consumed by your thoughts, you become unshakable because you are no longer controlled by the emotional storms that used to overwhelm you. You become the sky, not the weather. People often confuse being unshakable with being emotionless, but they're not the same. Being unshakable does not mean you don't feel. It means you don't fall apart. It means you feel everything but attached to nothing that isn't aligned with your values. It means you remain grounded even when your emotions rise. It means you can love deeply without losing yourself. It means you can care without clinging. It means you can walk away without hatred. It means you can forgive without forgetting who you are. Emotional maturity is what creates emotional power. And emotional power is what makes you unshakable. Truly unshakable people live by a simple principle. Nothing external can define me, because everything internal sustains me. And when you live this way, your relationships change. Your energy changes. Your confidence changes. People begin treating you differently. They sense a different presence in you. A presence that is calm, composed, and hard to influence. They cannot manipulate you because you are no longer driven by insecurity. They cannot play with your emotions because you regulate them yourself. They cannot make you